This is everything I've made in the past 6 months, and it's I think like over 20 items. It's kind of a lot. I have been busy. So we're going to start with the very first item, which is of course the bow harness from Robert's Wood. Now I just made this one a few weeks ago, so it's fairly recent, and I've worn it a lot already, but this is the first time I've put it over this t-shirt. This t-shirt is quite boxy, so it really gathers and squishes underneath, and I really actually love it. I've never worn it like this before. I feel like the outfit is very me, but I will say it's black and white, and I do love color, so I'd probably add color through like interesting weird shoes that I'm into, or like a bag or something. Actually, speaking of bags, I made this little leather satchel. This is actually a leather bag that I made with the leather bag kit from Babylon Leather. I'll link it down below. It is an affiliate link, just a heads up. But I really enjoyed the process. Never sewed a leather bag before in my life before this one, and look how well it turned out. And it has a little lock system, which I always turn, like you can't open it anymore. But if you turn it and you push it down, it pops open. And it's a fairly decent storage. I actually use this one a fair amount. I always love a little crossbody situation. It just hands-free, I can cycle, perfect. Speaking of leather bags, I also made this one, same company, same situation, leather bag kit. Again, it is an affiliate link down below, but this is the Birkin tote. This one, also second bag I've ever sewn. Really good storage. It has all the little details that a real Birkin has. Of course, this is not real, but it's a nice style. Then I made this little mini skirt. It's a little mini corduroy skirt. Now, it has the marks from the hangers right here, so just ignore that. But I made the mini skirt because I wanted to make a matching set with this bomber that I made. This is actually a pattern from Puff and Pencil. It's their bomber pattern. I did change the cuffs on the sleeve and the bottom from an elastic to like an encased elastic, which I much prefer. But yeah, I did, I think, a size M, so it was a bit more oversized. I will say it's not really my color. I thrifted this corduroy. I thrift all my fabric, and I really wanted a corduroy bomber. So this was the only corduroy that I found. So this is what I used, and it perfectly used everything to make the bomber and the mini skirt. But yeah, I feel like it's not really my color. So my boyfriend actually wears this bomber a lot. And then I probably would wear the mini skirt more in the fall with black tights or something. So yeah, corduroy set, half from Puff and Pencil and half my design. I made another skirt, and it's a little bit hard for you to see it, so let me just stand on a stool. So this skirt was actually a free pattern from a website that I've discovered called Show Studio, and they actually give free patterns from these big, huge designers. So this is a pattern from the Simone Rocha Spring Summer 14 runway. This was like one of the looks, so it's kind of like owning a real Simone Rocha piece. You just have to do the work and make it yourself. But I love it. It's very particular outfit. That's the kind of thing that I love. I love when it's a little bit odd or a little bit quirky. That's my thing. It is a bit, I don't want to say risky, but maybe that is the right word, with the cutouts. It doesn't reveal anything if you're careful. I have worn it with black tights, and that seemed pretty safe, but it is a heavy fabric. It's like a knit, so I would only wear it in the fall, winter anyways, and that's most likely with tights, so I don't mind. Like, that's a risk I'm willing to take. Going into tops, this was a top that I made from two button-ups. One is actually men's, one is women's, so the button plackets are opposite, which was a bit annoying. And it was inspired by this Emma Chamberlain photo. It was like a runway look that she had. If you want to see the full process of any of these projects, like any one of them actually, I have a full video on them all. It's all on my channel. I'll also link a playlist at the end. I have like a Made in 2025 playlist going on, and every new video I add to it. It's a fun one. It's definitely unique. I think a lot of people don't understand it. I don't even know if I understand it. I had it in my head and I needed to get it out. What I did before is I added a tie. This is the only tie that I have. I don't know if I know how to tie a tie. Let's see. You go around. Did I do it? Oh, I did it. Okay, so I do know how to tie a tie. Okay, this was the vibe. Maybe not this tie, because this is like very clowny, but this was the idea when I made it. This one is so wrinkly. Oops. Oh well, I'm sure you can look past the wrinkles, but this is a dress I upcycled from a dress that I made initially. It was like an asymmetric top. You can watch the process in the video. I'll link it up in the corner for you. Very basic elastic back, spaghetti strap, like tent dress. Honestly, I'll probably take this on vacation because it's so like flowy and breezy. This was a top actually in the same video as the orange dress and upcycled from my closet. It actually was my grandpa's shirt, so it was really long and like really big. So I basically just chopped it and added a channel at the bottom for a string, and I made the strings from the leftover pieces actually. So you can kind of gather it in and then make it either short and bubbly, or you can like loosen it and make it more of a loose boxy crop type thing. I really love this. It was such an easy upcycle, like you could easily recreate this. And the other thing I love is to button it all the way up, because the collar is quite starched, so it's so crisp and neat. I love it. It's like prim and proper at the top, but party on the bottom. So I did actually make some dresses. I have realized I've made a lot of separates and not that many dresses, which is a bit of a shock. I feel like dresses I usually always gravitated towards. Maybe I went completely the opposite way so far this year. But yes, this is a dress I made, a boat neck. It's a 100% wool dress. Maybe a bit warm for the season now. Maybe like a summer evening or in the spring, I could probably still get away with it. Love the silhouette. I really wanted a very short boat neck dress. And then I actually also made a matching bandana. I guess I don't want to take my hair down because it's like perfectly up and it took me a while to get all the layers in, but a little bandana situation. I made this bandana into a pattern which you can get on my website if you're interested. It's linked down below. But imagine that the hair was down or in like a low bun. It's so like retro and I love it. We're getting there. We're a little over halfway at this point. But new shirt and pants. This was also an upcycle that I did from my closet. It used to have sleeves. The sleeves weren't really my vibe anymore, so I took them off. It's again in the same video as the cropped blue shirt and orange dress, if you want to see it. And I've been wearing it actually a fair amount since I took the sleeves off. I think it's such a cute silhouette and it fits flawlessly. Then I made these bloomers. I wear these pants all the time. These are like my home pants. They're so comfortable, such a lightweight cotton. I have worn them out in public. I'm not embarrassed about them, but they're definitely like a good home pant. Very comfortable. I made another jacket, and this is a jacket that took me so many hours of hand embroidery that I will never do again because it was so time consuming. But I wanted to actually highlight basically the patterns that you use to make garments. So I made these patterns out of muslin, and I actually embroidered my own handwriting of the labeling, the grain lines, even there's like notches, and I did it on half of the jacket. So you see one half is the pattern and then the other half is what the pattern makes. So like the final jacket. It's quite boxy and I wish I made the sleeves longer. But other than that, like it's a pretty chill, cool jacket. I like it. I love the idea behind it. Like this again was another idea that was just stuck in my head for a while and I needed to like put it into action and do it. I know the muslin is fraying a lot, but I didn't want to serge the edges and I just thought we'll just lean into it. It's the style. It's what it's supposed to be. Another top, this was my design. It's actually the shortened version of the boat neck dress. I just made it into a top and I made these bows because I thrifted a whole bunch of these really beautiful ribbons, but I wanted to do something fun with them and I discovered how to make these. So I made a whole bunch and just plop them onto the shirt. I think it's fun. It's cute. I call it the party top because I feel like if I wear this to a birthday party, like I am the gift, which is fun, right? It's dressing very on theme. I have debated about taking them off and like clumping them closer together. I'm not sure if I want to do that. Let me know what you think. Should I do that? Should I like clump them closer together? I do love the blue one like right on top of my shoulder. I don't want to move it. I think it also could be nice like just the blue one. I'm not sure. I'm saying this right away. I did not make the top. This top was given to me by a friend, but the skirt is what we're focusing on. This is a skirt I just made last week actually. It's 3 cross-stitched tablecloths that I sewed all together, and this one I just was winging it as I was sewing. If you saw last week's video, you would have seen the process already. I'll link it up in the cards, but yeah, super cute, very summery. I thought the purple top was perfect with it because there's some purple flowers in the embroidery here, which is a fun tie-in. Cute. I think I might wear this. Okay guys, hang in there. We're almost done. There's only 2 more outfits. We're almost there. This dress is all paper, specifically perfume testers, except for the top row. This is like a regular A4 cut into little strips. Definitely my most unconventional thing that I made this year. I just got my hands on almost 1,000 perfume testers and thought, can I make something from these? And yes, I can, apparently. I actually think I want to like shorten the strap so it's more like this. They did stretch out a bit just from hanging for the past several months. It's really fun. I even put in a side zipper. There's an invisible zipper here so I can get it on. This piece actually always hangs behind me in the studio up on the wall because it's like an art piece. I'm never actually going to wear this thing. It was just more of a fun challenge for myself, and I'm super happy with the results. And we have one last outfit. And it's pajamas, specifically Damson Matter inspired pajamas. I made this from an old duvet cover that I cut up. Added some rickrack trim, which I forgot that it was called rickrack until one of you guys commented on my video. So thank you. And add a little ruffle on the collar. Super cute, super fun, and the shorts have pockets, which is always handy. On the topic of night routine, the very last item is this bathrobe. I used 2 towels to make it. I use this all the time. It is nothing special, but it is very useful. That was the end of all the outfits, but I did make a couple accessories the past 6 months. First we have the towel bag. Now I made these 3 last week, so they're fairly new. The towel bag, a denim bucket hat. This is a little toiletries bag that I made specifically for traveling with a little mini pouch that goes inside and matches the whole thing. Also from an old duvet cover. And last but not least, the flower bag. I had to include at least one flower bag. I do sell flower bags on my website, also the digital pattern if you're interested to actually make your own. It's a bag designed specifically for carrying your flowers. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like sewing content, thrifting, upcycling, you can subscribe. There's a lot more coming. And please let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite pieces that I've made, but also what are your least favorite? I'm interested to know both.